And what a week it's been in the markets. I'm excited to share my thoughts, go over what has happened already this week so far, and obviously look forward to the next week, right? I mean, we did an update on Wednesday, so I want to talk a little bit about it. I want to go over some of the positions that we got into since Wednesday and what we've done. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it for a second. When all of these things were going on, 1st of April, sorry, 30th of April, 30th of March, 31st of March, I called it. I called it in, on the call, on the video, and I said, hey, listen, this is all nonsense. I do not believe it because I did the update on Wednesday. I said, I do not believe it. I believe this is just month-end flows, so on and so forth, and I was proven correct. So, let's quickly go over any position if I've added any since then, which I have. I've taken one trade. I'm going to share it with you guys. I am still holding this. I'm an AUD chef or AUD Swissy buys. I've been in it since the start of last week, so since Monday. I will continue to hold this. It doesn't bother me. I'm getting positive swaps. Matter of fact, it helps me because of all the swaps that I've taken before. Now with this trade, as long as it doesn't hit stop loss, I really don't care. It's just adding to my portfolio every single day as I continue to hold it. But there was a trade that I did take, which is the GBP USD trade. Now I do want to break this trade down for you guys. This was taken on the 2nd of April, early morning at 8 a.m. actually. So I ended up paying swaps on this. Doesn't bother me the slightest. But here's the thing. This was the only trade that made sense. There was three pairs that I was looking at. I was looking at Euro AUD, sorry, Euro USD. So let me show this to you guys. The move obviously happened on all three of them exact same at, later. So you can see, boom, this is what happened on Euro USD. I'll tell you why I didn't enter in a second. AUD USD, you'll see the same exact move. And again, GBP USD. We decided to only enter GBP USD because it made the most sense. Number one, and this was later confirmed, and I'm going to extend my take profit on this all the way down to 1.3037. As we approach it, I will see what I want to do. This is what my TP is going to look like. So we're going to extend it into a 1 to, oh my God, my eyes, 1 to 6. From currently a 1 to 4.8. So I'm going to extend it for another percent. Could I probably go lower? Yes. But as you can see, I have been very bullish on this trade. It hasn't moved for me the way I would like it. So I've always had it closed at a 1 to 2. But this has finally moved. I mean, yes, there was a move here too, but I wasn't interested. It has finally moved. And let me break down for you why I decided to take GBP USD. Let's talk fundamentals first. This was later confirmed, so I don't want to say that, oh my God, I called it, but I did call it. I didn't believe in GBP hiking yet. I think they're in a really, really bad position. They have to hold rates, even with inflation fears. And inflation is coming for them hard. So, I'm very, 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 bearish or dovish on GBP. So USD, I'm very bullish on. I knew this was all a game from Trump. Plus month-end flows helped him really pump up the US market. Totally cool, but I did expect it to go back down, and that's exactly what happened here. So let's talk about this trade first. Now, reason why I entered GU, truthfully speaking, is the only one that was clear enough on a technical standpoint. I am driven by macros doesn't mean I am just macro driven. You have to obviously look at the market for what it's doing, when it comes to technically too. So 8-hour, demand zone, we peaked it. We literally touched it, and then two candle swing was right here, which happened at 5 a.m. I was up, lucky enough. I saw it come back up at around 7. I had my eyes up on the market because this is where the spread opens up at 8 a.m. Melbourne time. It really opens up. So I had my eye up on it. I had to keep my stop loss at a 43 pip. Originally, I would have wanted it here. Again, it's not a big deal because I'd rather hit profit than hit stop loss and then it moves, right? So it's totally fine to take smaller gains than to go for a higher one. 1 to 2 was right here, which got smacked. and then we are currently running, right? So this is the only one that was clean enough. Let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD was not clean. You will see too much going on here. Boom, too much going on the 8 hour, on the 12 hour, and on the daily. Way too much going on. You could have entered, not interested. AUD USD, to be very honest with you, again, number one is simply not clear. 12 hour daily, nothing. 12 hour, nothing. 8 hour, yes, you had 8 hour up here, but man, again, AUD is very strong. They're gonna hike. I wasn't very interested. So this is where we're sitting currently, right? In our massive account, at our 400K account, right? I am, by the way, as you guys know, might not know, am currently passing another 400K that will put us to 800K. So currently I have 400K funded, and when I pass these two, it will put me at 800K funded, and this was taken on that. Now I did close it on a 2% return. That's how I passed funded. That's a different story. But again, I wanted to get 1 million funded, which we will in quarter number 2. So I'm very excited. And why go for something small? Obviously the ultimate goal will be 2 mil. For now, by I would say Q3. So we'll continue to do what we are doing. We're gonna continue to eliminate trades that don't make sense, and we're gonna continue to put everything together every single day. So what I want to do is I want to talk about where the markets are currently, and then we're going to get into what I see happening this week, all right? Because we have an eventful week coming up. It might be a little bit slow of a week. Actually, let me open up. Here we go. So currently, Monday is, public holiday because of Easter. Everything is pretty much off. We do have service PMI for USD. Again, I want to talk about actually what happened last week too. There was a lot of news, so news actually helped too. NZD, we have Casher, which you heard it here first. They're gonna hold. So I'm gonna also look at AUD USD. Sorry, AUD NZD. So let me just add that in here, so we can keep an eye out on it later. We will talk about it later. USD FOMC minutes. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And as of what they're saying right now, I will tell you what they're going to do. This is not really them making a decision. The decision is in 24 days, but it looks like there's going to be no change. So anyways, USD GDP, that's very important. GDP is one of the most important things to keep an eye out on. And then we got Canadian. Canada's not in a good place. Canada's not in a good place. Let me open up here. I have it here on my iPad for you guys. You can't see obviously, but I like to keep this for myself. When it comes to Canada, and this is what it is, you have negative GDP. You have inflation, which is at 2.3, exceeding the 2 target, and the interest rate are at 2.25. So, if I go down, I look at more retail sales are not the best. Unemployment is up. Consumer confidence is down. Business confidence is okay. Manufacturing PMI is doing good, but service PMI has not done well. So, I am bearish on CAD. Could you look for a buy? We'll put also here, if I already don't have it, is USD CAD. So now this is what the week is looking like. This is what my expectation is for most of it. GDP, we will see what comes out with USD, but I expect positive GDP growth. I know it does sound crazy, but I expect it right now. Again, let me look at it over here. When I look at USD, USD's growth was 0.7, and previous before that was 4.4 in January. Yeah, I expect GDP to grow. I do. Their unemployment was 4.4 in February, 4.3 in January. Why wouldn't it? Retail sales, yeah, it's down, but consumer confidence is decent. Business confidence is decent. Manufacturing PMI is decent. Service PMI is decent. They do want to cut rates. They do. And they're literally saying that even with everything going on, they still want to cut rates. We will see. I'm not going to sit here and guess. I'm still going to hold my positions in USD because the theme is running the market. That's what it is. I don't care about this so much. So let's talk about it though. Here we go. Let's talk about where the markets are seated so far. You got the U.S. bonds, the twos. Twos have bounced up from 3.75. They're going to continue to go up. Same thing with U.S. tens. DAX. This is where my eyes are all the freaking time. DAX is what's leading the market. See, DAX is moving up. I do want to see a break the 100.750 mark. Now, this will be something that's going to be tough to break. This is something that's going to require for us to have some sort of a theme behind it, right? Like a reasoning behind it. The reasoning, in my opinion, really can be them hiking rates or the war extending. Those two things happening, this will break. And if this breaks, USD is going to be in firm control. And I like my positioning in my portfolio right now. US 30. Now, we already got into this. I have already spoken about it, so that's fine. I am bearish. I do expect a sell-off. Just my point. Now, same thing. SPX, it did what I thought it would. Came back, touched the point. It's just it obviously did this massive drop on Tuesday, which I could have taken. But would I look to take this? Maybe. My eyes, again, like I said, my eyes are peeled to the DAX. Okay, so here we'll just a quick look how you can enter this or how you could have entered this. Me personally, I already said it. I do really like it. The 6-6 zone, man. I had it marked up. Have had it marked up. This could have been the sell-off. I mean, look at the time. There's no way I'm sitting up at this time, It's like 4 a.m. my time. And then you just get that 1 to 2. And then it drops off more. Here, it dropped all the way to a 1 to 6, which is incredible. So, yeah, this is another one you could take. Could have taken. I mean, I'm not taking that. Can't take this, but I'm not taking that. This sell-off happened because of Trump talking. But here's another one. Same thing. So again, I will keep my eye up on this. This wouldn't have been a good one. I don't want to hold anything going into into the weekend majority of the time because of Trump. But hey, keep an eye out on this. Keep an eye out on the S&P 500. I see the direction going down. All right, VIX. I don't get why this has come down. It's gonna go up. Aussie. I keep a close eye on Aussie bonds. Yeah, they're chilling, man. They're chilling. They haven't done much movement, but I do expect them to continue to move up. Yeah, this will go down. Cool. I'm just gonna go through these guys. I don't need to give commentary on every single one. I'm gonna tell you when I find something interesting because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something interesting, for something to not make sense for me to enter, right? So, which I will show you actually, and I did share with you on Wednesday, which was the Euro bonds. We're gonna look into it, or Euro bonds as they call it. We're gonna look into it again in a minute, but I haven't looked into it, but I do believe they're still telling the same story. By the way, just want to come back here. Their current rate is 2.250. The fact that these bonds are being right now at 3.5, and I think they're gonna hold, AUD NZD might be in for a massive up. So we will see. NZD USD could be in for a great trade too. We're gonna look shortly. Not interested. Canada, yep, very, very bearish. I am bearish on Canada. This will go up. This 1951. Now, this is a trade I missed out on. And this is one trade I am actually very sad that I missed out on. And I'm actually even sadder that I didn't hold because, yeah, Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. You can't be mad at everything. You, it was profit, and I'm happy. Let's just put it that way, right? So, anyways, we move. If this would have dropped a little bit more, it would have given me the 95 area where I would have looked for a buy. You know, this could have been a beautiful, beautiful buy, but it didn't come in my zone. So if it's not in my zone, I'm not interested. Yeah, this would have been a beautiful trade. We called this out on Wednesday, by the way. I called it out. Go check out the last video. I said exactly this is going to happen to oil. Bonds. Euro 2s, right? Now, why is this one interesting? Well, I don't have it marked up, so let me get it actually marked up here. But let's come in here real quick. We're going to go to countries. We're going to go to Euro area. And here's something that I want you to know. Firstly, the inflation came out 2.5. First key thing I want you to look at. All right. Inflation climbed to 2.5 in March from 1.9 in Feb. They're no longer in their so-called good space. They have to hike. They're going to have to hike. They can't hold. In my opinion, they have to hike. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Second is, interest rate is 2.15. So, 2.15. It's, let me, current rate. So, you're telling me they have put in a little bit of, obviously, they do expect, the market's already priced hikes in. The bonds market doesn't mean the Forex one has, so we'll look into it in a second, but it's not that far up. And also look at this 2.622, 2.9, or like 3. It's not a lot of difference, man. There's not a lot of difference. DAX, if you like to trade DAX, sell this crap. Sell it, right? Sell it. But while we're looking at that, look at the pound. Pound's current rate is 3.75 and it's sitting at 4.345. There's something wrong here. Euro GBP is a trade I'm going to keep an eye out on. There's something wrong here. There's an upside risk on Euro GBP. So we're going to go add that thing real quickly. Listen, bonds is where my edge is. Bonds is where we already have it there. So we're going to talk about it in a minute. But there's a lot of clear direction in my head. There's a massive clear direction in my head when it comes to Euro GBP, okay? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. FTSE, clear indication to me. This has to sell off, right? I mean, actually, I take that back. I don't know about FTSE selling off, but the DAX has to, right? The FTSE might not fall down. It might not make its way down to 9.55 yet because they are talking about potentially holding rates. And they're saying the market, literally, I read this, man, I should start taking notes on this, but one of the main guys who sits on the board said the market has it wrong. They're thinking we're going to cut. We might not cut. Sorry, they're thinking we're going to hike rates. We might not hike rates by the end of the year. We're sitting in April, sitting in the 4th month. They're saying for the next 8 months, you got it wrong already. Gold, I am not convinced. I think we still have a sell-off. 4,000 is still on the marks. We will see. Not interested. This tells a story. Swissy is weak, guys. Swissy is weak. Japanese yen is talking about a hike this month. Okay. And let's look at this again. Countries, right? Japan. Guys, they've been negative and at zero for so long that them hiking is a big deal that people are not keeping an eye out on. Right? I will. Inflation. Not inflation. Interest rate, 0.75. Look where the market is pricing it in. Look at this. I already have it marked up, so I'm just going to go in and type it out. Look where it is. I mean, this is incredible. But you know what doesn't show? This doesn't show on on FX market. Now there is a trade out. The only thing I don't like about Swissy so much, about the Japanese yen so much as a swing trader, is when I'm gonna enter this and I have to pay swaps on this, it kills. But there is a trade, which again I want to keep an eye out on, and I'm gonna add it in here. Yeah. So we will talk about this in a second. Let's finish up where we were. Pumping up, Nikki, you have to sell off. You will sell off. I believe in it. Yeah, silver going down. Cool. So now we have everything that we wanted to look at. We're going to look at my current watch list. And we'll go over what I'm looking at. 80 NZD, I think it's already priced in what I'm saying. So no real trade, but will I keep an eye out on? Absolutely. That's why I have it there. 80 USD, just it's there to be there. I am not actually interested in trading it, just so you guys know. Not interested at all. This I'm interested in. This I'm interested in. Okay. Where am I going to look to enter this? I mean, that's going to be a tough one. Look how ugly this chart actually is. But I'm interested, man. I'm interested, and it's broken. Like it's reversing, so the downside is really there. Let me look at this. On the daily, man, this is so disgusting to look at. So let's do this together. Now, this is, again, like I said, something that I do want to trade. Will I get a trade? You don't know. How long do I have to wait for? I don't know. But hopefully I'll get into this. That's the point, right? So realistically speaking, on the daily, this is the zone. Yeah, that is the zone there. So I'm gonna mark it out on the daily. Will we come up here? Lord knows. How many pips is that? It does not have a 200 pip move in it. There's no way. There's absolutely no way it has a 200 pip move in it. But we will see. We will see. Because there's nothing else that is clear. So I'm going to mark this up for now. And I'm going to wait to see what we can have. And the alert is on. Okay? Let's see. Let's come back to it. Euro AUD, keeping an eye out on it, Al. Knowing what's going on in Euro, I don't know if I'm so interested. This is a trade that I did miss. Euro GBP, it's already pricing in what I'm saying, guys. Does it mean that we have completely missed this trade? No, not really. It can still give us what I'm looking for. Right? And it's pricing it in doesn't mean it has moved. So I have my eyes out on the 86, 87 handle. No, 87 handle is too high. 86, 750. Might be a little too low. Actually, let's just put out. I'm going to keep my eye out on here. Once this triggers, I will have my eye out to make sure that we get into this trade that we're looking for. Euro GBP, entry, take profit right there. So very much looking forward to this trade. Very much looking forward to actually getting in on this trade here. Euro USD, it's going to go to 1.2. Once we become a little bit more clear directionally, I'll know. But again, Euro having to probably hike rates, not interested. Very interested. Very, very, very interested. Missed my entry, but okay. GBP Swissy, not interested. I shouldn't even have this. NZD Swissy, interesting trade. Could look to get in, but I have made a decision. I'm not going to trade. I'm not trading that. Oil we'll keep an eye out on. USD CAD, already priced in what I'm saying. So this will be a little bit of a tough move to get into, but we'll keep an eye out on. Same with USD Chef. We just missed it. USD JPY, keeping an eye out to see what JPY is going to do. And then we have gold. So, guys, let's talk about, just to wrap everything up. Very bullish on USD. Still very bullish on AUD for the fact of what's going on. Very negative on NZD. I don't know if I saw this trade. I haven't. Let me add that in real quick. Yeah, it's already moved. It really has already moved. Like, this trade was in place since January. That's crazy that I never got in here. Oh man, how come I never got in here? So stupid of me to never get into that. What was I even looking at? Oh, I was looking. Sorry, guys. Regardless, keeping an eye out on here. It was a 6 hour. Yeah, this would have been a generational trade. Oh man, stop loss would have been nasty too. Would have been a nasty trade. Nasty trade. Whatever, that's fine. So let's talk G8. You know, the G8 real quick. AUD very bullish. We'll be looking to enter certain trades, like I already said. My main trade I'm going to look for going into this week is going to be Swissy and Japanese yen. That is a trade I do want to enter. So I'm going to look if this gives me the entry that I've been looking for. We're going to continue to hold GU, and we might also look to get into GA. That's mainly what I'm looking for, guys. Oh, and the last one is going to be an SPX 500 sell-off. And if that is there, I am in. I want to enter it. I want to participate into it. And yeah, I mean, the jobs came out much better for USD. All these things, they only really point to one thing, which is a 6,000 S&P 500. So we will be looking to enter that. We will be looking to short that. And yeah, looking forward to it, guys. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Let's have a great week, and I'll catch you next week. Now, before I do want to say one more thing I completely forgot about, which is, you know, us on gold. Like I said, I am bearish. I still expect a sell-off. I mean, it did from the 4,800 mark. We will be scalping this all week. If you want it, Telegram in bio. That being said, I'll catch you soon. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.